Okay, so a few things I want to talk about before I get into the gameplay is Skeeledon on Rat, why, uh, build, power spec specific to Rat, and really what Rat does well and what he doesn't. So for skill order, I max 2314. The reason I do this is 2 has higher base. It's 340 compared to Acorn Blast 300. And it also gives prot, so it makes my other abilities, if I cast them after my 2, hit harder, and my auto attacks hit harder. It also makes my teammates hit harder, which is really big. I'll get into that a little later. The reason I max 1 overall is this does more damage per level, but much longer cooldown. For build, you will start, at least if you're in jungle, Bumbas, level 2 Acorn, 2 of each pot. Probably beads as well. After that, you'll finish your Acorn. I'll go into why that's actually really important, a little thing some people might know later. After you get Acorn, I would go Void Shield.
Do I need to sharpen my teeth too?
Jotans. By the way, this build isn't mandatory, you must follow it. If they have 4 magical, instead of picking up Void, you can go Runic. Obviously, build according to the situation. Jungle's one of those roles where it's very lenient with its builds because you want to do what helps the team the most. So I'm just going to go with standard, they picked a normal team comp. They don't have 3 healers, 5 magical, it's just a normal team comp. Void Shield, Jotans. Then after that, this is actually pretty much almost 90% of the time going to be a niche item. You can go Spirit Rope if they have CC, Wing Blade if they have a lot of slows. If they have healing, you can go Brawlers. If you just want a shit ton of CDR, you can always go Mantle. And as I said before, if they have 3 magical, or let's say that Alquang's super fed, go Runic. Runic's a really good item. So let's just say I go Spirit Robe, because that's probably going to be one of the more common. It's most of the time going to be Spirit Robe or Wing Blade. After that, I'll probably go Titans. And then either finish with Brawlers. This is, once again, a little more situational. 5th slot, I would almost always pick up Titans because that's when there's going to be, for Guardians, 3 to 4... Sorry, 3 to 4 tank items. And then Bruisers will be 4 to 5, and it helps a lot because at that point it's you're shredding a ton with that percent pen. But after that, you can either go more CDR, get max with Spirit, or a Mantle. Discord, you're overcapped by 5%, but 5% means nothing. It's not much. You can go Brawlers, as I said. It's a lot more just situational. Build what you think's correct. Now, for power specs on Rat, it's pretty standard outside of, I would say, 1. And then I'll talk about another one that's just probably his strongest power, or second maybe strongest power spec. It's when he hits level 5, he can buy his Acorn, and he does not need to be in base. So let's say I push a wave, I hit level 5 off the wave, I get to run in the jungle, they don't know what I'm doing, buy the Acorn. You'll get rooted for about a second, and then you're free to go. You can do whatever you want. I would recommend most likely rotating to a lane, ulting, because you just had a huge power spike. You didn't just gain 10% more movement speed, you gained 40 power. That is huge at that point. The amount of damage you're going to do right now is absurd. So that's probably Rat's biggest power spike, and it's because it's an immediate power spike the moment you hit 5. You get an ultimate, you get 40 power. People really can't fight you at that point. And you can kill just about anyone on the map due to your global ult. After that, you really just want to focus on pressuring the map, and then once you get Void Shield, you have to understand this is the point when you're probably going to be dealing the most damage in terms of the amount of percentage of the enemy's health you'll be doing. Unless you get super fed, then of course you're going to be dealing more later. But let's just presume you're at the spot you should be. You're going to have your 2 max, and this is 20 pen, or 20 prot reduction, and you're going to have your 2 max, so that's 36 prot reduction. You're going to make your ADC and your solo hit super hard. That's the big thing. Once you get Void Shield, your immediate thought should be, what lane can I gank? Because once you do that, you're just making pretty much your teammate if they're physical, deal so much damage along with you. Okay, that's power spec. So I guess the next thing when we talk about, I said, would be really what Rat brings to a team fight, or not even team fight, just a team. One is super strong early game, and that's for a couple reasons. Mostly, well, it's because physical protection reduction on his 2, and his clear speed, and just his base values are pretty high. But its flat pen or flat protection or flat reduction early is super big because they just won't have a physical defense item. So it's like you're reducing just their base values, which means you're hitting much harder because of the way protections work. I might go over that in a different video, but summed up is the more protections you have, each protection's worth less. So the less protections you have, each protection's worth more. So reducing like the few protections they have is huge. Then it's also his clear. His 3 has probably one of the highest base damages in the game for a level 1 ability, 120. And then he has an AoE auto on his last swing. I guess I can show that real quick. Hit, see I'm missing, hit still. That just makes you guarantee clear side minions, and with his 3 having super high base damage, you're just going to also hit the main buff really hard. So if he gets you to solo lane first, it gets your solo lane elementals, which should also get you 3 while the enemy jungle is level 2. Because elementals are the deciding factor between really close to 3 and you are 3. Another thing, but it might sound weird, but I'll explain in a moment. He's a super simple character. If you play 3 super simple characters, you can spend a little time getting really good at them. Versus if you play a really hard character, you're going to have to spend a lot of time. So it's like by the time you master that one hard character, I can master 3 super simple characters, and I can't be banned out as, say, like easy as you. So it's like, I just ban 1 god, you're done. They ban 2, okay, I still have that 1 more. I can pick that in my top 3, if I have to. After that, I would say a semi-global ult probably is another big reason he's picked. And it's pretty simple. If you can move across the map really fast, the enemy has to respect it. So it might make the enemy play back, even though you're not planning on doing anything, just because they're scared to get ganked. Next thing, probably would say, is he has high mobility, and that's for 2 reasons. This sounds like a very small amount. He has 2% more movement speed than Boots, but that adds up when you're running around the map for 30 minutes. It really does. And also, it can save you. If someone's just chasing you and you don't have any movement speed items, you're going to outrun them. Unless they're like maybe Sir Cat. That's about like one of the few characters that might be able to catch him. Even then, he's still faster than just her walking. Also, his 1. The reason I want to mention this isn't just because it's a dash, but because the way the dash reduction works. Cooldown reduction works. Let's say I have 40% CDR. This gets down to, I believe, 7.8 it is.
I would hunt,
Let's
but
build this real quick.
so boring.
7.2, my bad. So the percent reduction to cooldown is applied first, and then here's the big thing. Also, Dart's cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds for each enemy god hit by Flurry or Acorn Blast. So if I hit 2 gods with Flurry, that's 4 seconds. If I hit 1 additional god with Acorn Blast, that's 6 seconds between those 2 spells. That means this is on a 1.2 second cooldown, and in that 1.2 second cooldown, I'm using 1 second to cast Flurry. So like, there's only 0.2 seconds I'm missing of being able to like it actually being down, because I can't actually do anything when I'm casting Flurry. So his 1 is up a ton, and be sure to keep that in mind. Now for Rat, he doesn't really have many weaknesses, and that's why he's like pretty popular right now. And one is he falls off a little. The reason he falls off a little is flat protection or flat pen or flat prot reduction and flat pen fall off. And it's just because you'll have a lot more armor, so pen starts just being a little more efficient. Also, he also falls off, my bad about that. He falls off as well for, just because of how close he has to get to actually deal his damage. If I hit, like, them with only, here, I just want to get all my abilities. if let's say I hit them with only like one acorn, that's not much. But if I hit them with 3, that's 180. That goes from 60 to 180. Now come late game, yeah, it's gonna deal a ton of damage when I 3, but I have to be this close to do it. If they have anyone that can one-shot me, they can, like, on point blank, they can't really miss it. And that just kind of goes with all his abilities. It's like I can be that close. Yeah, I can dodge with it, but it's like I'm still really close. It's hard to miss if I'm that close. And the really only way you can get in is ult in 1. So it's like if you ever have to one into someone, you're really banking on killing them. Because in that 1 second you're like one's down, you can die late game. Mages will one-shot you. Outside of that, he doesn't really have much, as I said. It's the reason he's a really strong pick right now. In terms of tricks you can do with him, there isn't much. He can auto attack cancel pretty well, like that. You might not have realized it, but you probably heard the sound cue. I actually dash right there, so you auto attack and immediately dash. I'm gonna try to create some room so you can see. That's just really the only ability he doesn't work too well with is his 2, and it's because it's channel, but you can still do that. You want to auto attack cancel as much as possible. Rat's pretty good with it. Another thing you can do is you can actually right click to end his ult early. So, see, you usually have 3 jumps. I'm gonna end right now. You just right click like that. If you right click in something where you can't land, it will just end you straight down. So keep that in mind, though. Off that, oh yeah, as I said, look at my 1. It's getting reduced because I'm hitting my 2 and 3. The last thing I would say is, it's not really a trick, but just keep it in mind. Your 2 has flat prot reduction, so if you 2, it's going to make you hit, look, 131, 143. Just keep that in mind. It's going to make your abilities hit harder. Try to 2 before you other abilities. Don't 1, 3, 2. And then 2, you're missing damage. Even if it's a little, it adds up when you hit them 5 times. Because it like 1, 2, 3. That's what, 3 autos, 2 abilities. Let's say, let's not count dash because sometimes you'll probably dash in 2. You're missing about probably 10 damage per auto, so that's like 30, 40 on this. I'm just going to say, let's say 20. So 50 damage. You're missing about an extra auto in there if you don't 2 before it. Either way, let's get into the gameplay. Okay.
Okay.
I just realized they have an Anubis.
What?
They have an Anubis.
Oh my god.
This is going to be a high quality game, I can already tell. Either we're going to get shit stomped and I'm just going to like cry myself to sleep tonight, or yeah, that's actually what's probably going to happen. He has 30 TP as well, watch out. Definitely not a Smurf.
I am Fenrir, bringer of Ragnarok.
Okay, so against this team, that's probably Anubis solo, it looks like. Giannis mid, Rom ADC, Bacchus, jungle. I wonder why he went ADC. Whatever. So, where we're looking to fight is going to be solo, just because of the Uller into a mage. It's a very volatile lane matchup. It's like whoever gets ahead,
Oh, you must be fibbing.
pretty much it's going to win the lane. Like, if whoever gets first blood, the lane's over at that point. There's no coming back unless the opponent messes up super hard. So I should have an earlier power spike than Susanoo just because of Rat has better clear. Because of that, I'm expecting it to hit 5 first, so I should be able to gank Anubis. Anubis should be actually pushing Uller under tower for the first couple waves just because it's Anubis should outclear an Uller. Though, if an Uller plays it right and pokes out the Anubis, that actually gives us die potential, and that's the way Uller actually starts out clearing Anubis. So, right now what I'm doing is I'm prepping for my auto attack, and I messed it up. Doesn't doesn't matter too much though. Our clear is just insane because, well, yeah, of the two gods we are. As you can see, Red has like the last auto and area auto. So if you can prep that for the last hit, it increases your clear speed very little because it's also the biggest hit. Are they
He's going
unlocked?
up there.
I'm coming.
They just started them.
Polar's coming. Did they get them?
Yeah, they did.
This is awkward.
Kick in the bucket.
I'm just gonna dash through. Go to rights. I'm pretty sure Ellie's are up, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
Right here, we're gonna head to Ellie's off because they didn't go to them. We can look for poke on Giannis since he's the one that's 60% already. He also has. Giannis has no. I can dash it. Go Giannis. Do you
Do
call
their
them?
backs.
Nah.
Actually,
We
I
can go to
think
their backs into Ellie's.
Yeah.
We're gonna maintain pressure no matter
They
what.
might be down. I'm not sure if the niggas got them.
The reason we're doing. Yeah,
I didn't
That's
think
all.
he would come.
yeah, that's my bad. I heard the two. I could have just dashed on
Kick in
them.
the bucket.
I'm gonna check them real quick.
I think they're down. No? Huh?
That really sucks, just because it's such Giannis. Giannis walked up.
You're by yourself.
That god's so annoying to deal with. Go to back. Oh, he didn't do those. That sucks, because I would hit 5. I wanted to gank left off. That's so bad.
Mine.
Tell me where Giannis is.
Up here.
Okay.
He's backing actually. Back
Okay.
into.
Okay, left lane. I wanna go fast.
Pretty much as I said.
Gank left lane.
I'm gonna buy Acorn. Fun fact on Rat, you can actually buy
Do I
Acorn
need
out of
to
base.
show them teeth too?
Focus.
Okay. Attack the gold.
Susanna's on his way.
Let's get punch.
You can buy Acorn as Rat without being in
Time to
base.
go.
It's one of the nice things about him.
Coming.
Fine.
Polar beads, by the way, down. So
This is making me hungry.
had the left boss off that.
Let's focus all.
If you can actually get Ellie's, that would be perfect.
I can.
So right now our best option we can get is get Ellie's and then secure all our buffs. I'm still just gonna keep camping Uller because, as I said, that lane's super volatile. If I keep Anubis low, like behind, it sets me really far ahead just from like the ganks, and also sets Anubis behind, which is generally pretty good. So like even though like Freya is gonna be like really important just because it's Freya, this is really risky. Okay. Yeah, good Sobek played that right. I should actually. It's Dingodal actually. He knows how to play this game. I shouldn't really this time.
I wanna go fast.
I'm gonna get our back rights and then rotate left. Because this makes me seem like I'm gonna get pressure on right with this.
Enemies have returned to life.
What I can actually do is I'm gonna go low, hug wall right here, and rotate high into left.
On my way.
Susanna mid. You could get his speeds. I'm all in there.
I'm going in the air, I'm going in the air. Landing. Let's go in Valkus. Rip. Whatever. We got Susanna beats. Okay, that was not too bad. Okay, I can still gank left. I can kill him if he walks up. I didn't beads that because there's really no chance of us getting him. So I'll just take Ellie's. Ellie's is probably one of the most important things in jungle because look at that. Legit. One ability, 2 seconds of my time, 90 gold. I'm pretty sure Oler just fucking killed himself from lazy docking.
On my way. Do I need to sharpen my teeth?
I'm just gonna sell that because there's a wave on left. Oh, I'm not paying attention. That I can't miss. He doesn't have TP, I know he has beads. I thought Anubis would actually be here pushing. Apparently not, so... I'm still gonna probably take that wave. I can't, I have to rotate in. I have ult. I can collapse if I get to like a little forward.
Wolves can climb trees. Watch me. Over the trees and swoosh, swoosh.
I won't get him.
Enemies behind us.
An enemy has left the game.
Wait, that's shattered?
Yep.
That guy stole his jungle? The Rama?
I wanna
He's
go
on
fast.
he just
By the way, if you realize what I did there, I'm actually not sure if I did it right there. It's just like, I didn't realize it, but you can right click to cancel rat ult early. So, yeah, I'm gonna save this so that you should turn. He slowed.
Oh, I saw it.
Yes, you do, Kiki.
No!
I can get him, I have dash.
Okay.
Keep that up. I might have to show my real
That's embarrassing, I'm dead. I honestly could have just trusted the Oler, but if I was in cons with them, what I would have said pretty much is when I come from behind, I'm just like, I'm going to push him into you, but I'm not going to commit, so I'm not going to dash, and what happens is the Oler's just going to walk up, one him while I tank tower, get the kill, I dash out, and Anubis then stuns me, I beats, get out. But the reason I did that play is just because I didn't have communication, but I could have just probably honestly freed him, and this would have killed him. It's not the biggest deal, it's a simple mistake, but it's really just due to me not trusting the player. That's about it, it's not anything else. If I was like, if that was Baskin or like Walrus, like anyone like I know like 100% like I trust as a solo lane, then I would have just like probably thought they would do the same thing. So right now, what I should do...
Wolves can climb trees. Watch me.
Rock is all down.
Over the trees and through the woods. I got you.
If I can get that kill, it's safe. If not, I can get it. Why? Speed buff OP. And... We might be able to... Nah, it's a bit greedy to push this. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Nice.
Retreat.
If you on this box up, we turn.
Retreat.
If Bacchus burps, I just pretty much 3. Not really scared. I can dash anything he does.
Retreat.
Okay. Okay, I'm just kind of there to make sure there's pressure throughout the map. My active is going to probably be Aegis. I would finish. Yep, that's kind of how I expected the game to get end because of the DC. But for this build against that team, probably would end up being
I don't think that game counts, Scaly.
Void Shield, Jotuns. Actually, probably Void Shield, Wingblade, Jotuns. Either Jotuns, Wingblade, or Wingblade, Jotuns. And then after that, Spirit Robe, Titans.